It's Australia, it's round 3, and it's the Ferrari pole position, the first of the year. So 3 separate teams gaining the pole so far this year. Sainz on pole, Max Verstappen is right in there though in second place. Lewis Hamilton starting third and George Russell fourth. So back to roughly where they feel they should be. Mercedes, much better weekend. Piastri out-qualifies Norris yet again. It's his home race this time. He's keen. Sergio Perez, the winner from Jeddah, down in 6th. He could have a bit of a tricky race. Lando Norris 7th. Aston Martin regained a bit of form. Fernando Alonso in 8th. Logan Sargent impresses for the 2nd weekend in a row. 9th place. What a great qualifying. And ahead of the second Ferrari of Charles Leclerc. Who would have thought his teammates on pole and Charles is down in 10th. He's not getting much luck at the start of this season. Lance Stroll 11th. Then Alex Albon in 12th in the other Williams. And it seems like the other 4 teams they're mixing it down towards the back. But Nick de Vries, decent from him, 13th on the grid. Pierre Gasly, 14th. Alpine felt they were capable of getting to the top 10. So they will end up very, very disappointed with where they actually ended up. Yuki Tsunoda, 15th. And Esteban Ocon, 16th. Now remember, he beat Lewis Hamilton in Saudi Arabia and finished 5th. So massive climb back to earth for him. Hulkenberg, Guan Yu Zhou, Valtteri Bottas and Kevin Magnussen completing the grid, and we should look forward to this one. We hope that it's going to be a battle and not just a one-way thing. Well, round 3 of Formula 1 in 2023 about to get underway. You see Carlos Sainz on the right, Max Verstappen on the left, and the 2 Mercedes behind them. And they're being held, and now they're away, and Max just flies away. Max Verstappen absolutely flies away straight into the lead. Carlos Sainz has been passed by one of the Mercedes. That's George Russell through into second place. Well, this is then similar to Bahrain, where you've got Verstappen leading, and then Russell holding back a Ferrari, and then Hamilton is having a look. He wants to try to get onto that podium for the first time this season. Lewis Hamilton trying to get around Carlos Sainz. Now, which car is actually quicker? Is it the Mercedes or is it the Ferrari? I think by the fact that Sainz is right behind him, it's probably the Ferrari. But Max is getting away very nicely. Had such a great start and still running. Perez has passed Piastri. So check out what he got off the start. And Logan Sargent holding back Charles Leclerc, who's having a look, but not really able to do much at the moment. And Logan Sargent performing brilliantly, to be honest. And then here's Max Verstappen still leading comfortably, pulling away and looking absolutely in control of this race. And Russell has got a bit of an attack coming from Sainz, holds it off for now, and it's going to be interesting to see. I think this race potentially is all about the battle for second place. Got George Russell versus Carlos Sainz, Lewis Hamilton watching behind them, then Perez and the 2 McLarens. They are all in order, and then Alonso is a bit further back, but they are all in order, sitting there waiting for an opportunity, waiting for the guy in front to make a mistake. It looks like Max has lost a bit of ground there. I don't know if he's just pacing himself or if he's got a little bit of an issue creeping in. That would be absolutely dramatic if Max Verstappen was to go out of the race again. We shall have to see. But let's focus now on Carlos Sainz up behind George Russell. Max seems to have stabilised any ground that he was losing, and if he has got a problem, it is at worst intermittent at the moment. George Russell and Sainz, they are now getting away from Hamilton. Hamilton is starting to have to look behind him at Sergio Perez. It still would be, 4th place would be your best result so far this season for Lewis Hamilton, and racking up points, we should take it. Sainz is continuing to have a look at George Russell. I think they know that Verstappen's starting to struggle, and if only Sainz can pass the Mercedes, he might have a shot at trying to get back into the P1 he qualified in, but it's not looking particularly possible. Max is, once again, he looks like he was struggling again for a little bit, and now he's maintaining the lead. There goes Sainz, having a proper look, but George Russell fends him off again. He wants some solid points, George Russell. He's going for that. And Russell now is going to look at Sainz to defend as Sainz has another look, but once again is unsuccessful. Max Verstappen comes through the final corner, and it's going to be victory number 2 from 3 races for Max Verstappen. Victory number 3 out of 3 for Red Bull. Verstappen wins, Russell second, Sainz, then Hamilton, Perez, Piastri, another decent performance, Norris, and then Fernando Alonso in 8th. What a performance from Max Verstappen. Controlled as soon as he made a great start, but he's stopping! Oh, I know it's after the flag, but so maybe that Red Bull did have a problem, and Max has made it about 2.5 corners after he's won the race, and now he's broken down. So, well, He's got the points though, so that's the most crucial thing. Max Verstappen does have the points. So he wins, Max Verstappen wins this Australian Grand Prix. George Russell in second, Carlos Sainz third, Lewis Hamilton fourth. Not the result he's looking for, but it is a solid enough points finish. Sergio Perez fifth, certainly not the result he got in Jeddah, and not even the result that he got in Bahrain, where he finished fourth. But he's still scoring points. That's crucial. Oscar Piastri, sixth place. Decent again from him. Lando Norris, seventh. Fernando Alonso, eighth. Logan Sargent held on to his decent qualifying position and finished the race in ninth place. What a performance from him. We know he had Charles Leclerc all over his tail, but Leclerc himself, he had another issue, just like he had in Jeddah. We believe it might have been a suspension issue this time, but he was able to nurse the car home, but only in 13th place. So, and in fact, when you look at how far Logan is ahead, you can see just how much time Charles Leclerc lost in the second half of that Grand Prix. And once again, Ferrari nursed it to the finish, but they might have been better off retiring the car. But we should only know when we see future races. But yeah, very disappointing for Charles Leclerc. Just can't get the luck at the moment. Lance Stroll finishes 10th, taking the final point for Aston Martin. And Nick de Vries and AlphaTauri just to miss out. There's only been 7 teams to score points this season so far, and that remains the case. In the Drivers' Championship, Max Verstappen leads it on 50 points. Sergio Perez just 3 behind on 47. Carlos Sainz is on 43, so he's got a good level of consistency to thank for that. George Russell, 4th place on 36 points. Oscar Piastri, 5th on 31. If he keeps this up, he will have a very, very decent season. 6th, Lewis Hamilton on 26 points. 7th, Lando Norris on 18. 8th is Charles Leclerc on 15. Then you've got Ocon on 10. Alonso on 9. Gasly 6. Sargent 6. Albon 3. And Lance Stroll on 3. In the Constructors' Championship, Red Bull are starting to just cement and confirm their dominance. They're on 97 points. Mercedes are now second, but they're on 62. Ferrari third on 58. I'm sure they would be ahead of Mercedes if Charles Leclerc was able to get the car to the finish of races in the points. At the moment, unfortunately, that is not the case for him. McLaren in 4th on 49 points. And then a huge gap back to Alpine, who are on 16. Aston Martin on 12. And Williams on 9. So, this season is taking shape. It's taking shape as a Red Bull dominance, and I think it starts to go to who is going to break that Red Bull run. Can anyone break that Red Bull run? Are they going to try to get a record or beat the record that McLaren set in 1988 with 15 wins out of 16 races? There's obviously a few more races than that in the modern era, so we shall have to see. But we will hold out hope that we can get some good races ahead. Like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. We'll see you soon.